Howdy, folks. There's a special kind of magic about Texas land. Whether you're picturing a charming homestead, a thriving ranch, or a peaceful retreat, that dream starts with securing the right piece of Texas soil. With a little know-how and a whole lot of Texas grit, you can navigate the financing process like a seasoned rancher. We're going to break it down step by step, from the first lasso to the final handshake. So saddle up and let's get you one step closer to making that Texas land dream a reality. Now, before we dive into the nitty-gritty, let's talk about the importance of preparation. The more organized and informed you are, the smoother this whole process will be. The first step is all about gathering your financial ducks in a row. Knowing where you stand financially is crucial when it comes to figuring out how much land you can afford and what kind of loan you qualify for. Don't be afraid to ask questions and get multiple quotes. It's your hard-earned money on the line. All right, now that we've got the groundwork laid, let's talk about the essential documents you'll need. First and foremost, you'll need proof of identification. Your driver's license or state ID will do just fine. Next up, you'll need to show those lenders you're good for the money with income verification documents like W-2S, pay stubs, or tax returns. And don't forget about those credit reports. Your credit score is like your financial reputation. Texas law requires lenders to provide you with a loan estimate within 3 business days of receiving your application. Lenders need cold, hard proof that you can handle those monthly payments. Your W-2S, pay stubs, and tax returns are crucial to show a steady stream of income. Lenders also like to see bank statements to understand your spending habits and financial stability. Buying land ain't quite like buying a pre-built house. One of the key documents you'll need is a survey of the property. Next up, you'll likely need to provide a purchase agreement outlining the terms of the sale. Depending on the property, you might also need a septic and well plan. Let's talk numbers. The average interest rate for a land loan in Texas is around 6 to 8%. Lenders use the debt-to-income ratio to figure out how much of your monthly income is already spoken for by existing debts. In general, they like to see a DTI of 43% or lower for land loans. Let's explore the different types of financing available for your Texas land adventure. First up, we've got the classic land loan for buying raw, undeveloped land. Next, we've got the construction loan for building your dream home. If you have equity in your current home, consider a home equity loan or a HELOC. Just be careful not to bite off more than you can chew. Land loans are specifically designed for buying raw, undeveloped land. Lenders tend to require a larger down payment for land loans, often around 20 to 50%. Land loans typically come with shorter repayment periods than mortgages. Interest rates for land loans are generally higher, but there are ways to snag a lower rate. For those of you with dreams as big as the Texas sky, let's talk about construction loans. These loans are short-term and cover the construction phase of your project. Lenders will typically disperse funds in stages, called draws, as the construction progresses. Construction loans often come with variable interest rates, but some lenders offer fixed-rate options. Securing a land loan takes a little simmering. On average, you can expect the whole process to take anywhere from 30 to 60 days. The first step is getting pre-approved for a loan. Once you've found the perfect piece of Texas soil and your offer's been accepted, the lender will order an appraisal and do a title search. It's always a good idea to factor in potential delays when dealing with land loans. Appraisal issues and lender processing times can cause delays. Lenders are sticklers for the rules and will scrutinize your financial situation. If they need additional documentation or have questions about your credit history, that can add extra time to the process. I know it can be frustrating waiting for that loan to come through, folks, but trust me, patience is a virtue when it comes to land financing. It's like waiting for a prize-winning steer to be born. You gotta let nature take its course. One of the best things you can do during the waiting game is to stay organized and communicative. Keep all your financial documents in one place, respond to lender requests promptly, and don't be afraid to reach out to your loan officer if you have any questions or concerns. Remember, they're there to help you navigate this process, so don't be shy about picking their brain. Another tip is to keep your credit squeaky clean during this time. Avoid making any major purchases, opening new credit cards, or doing anything else that could potentially ding your credit score. Lenders will often do a final credit check right before closing, so you want to make sure your financial profile is looking its best. And last but not least, try to relax and focus on the bigger picture. It might feel like this process is taking forever, but remember, you're one step closer to owning your own piece of Texas paradise. So, take a deep breath, pour yourself a glass of sweet tea, and envision yourself living the dream on your very own Texas land. Now folks, let's talk about those Texas land financing programs. Because here in the Lone Star State, we believe in lending a helping hand to folks looking to plant roots and achieve their land ownership dreams. Whether you're a first-time buyer, a veteran, or looking to start a farm or ranch, there might be a program out there with your name on it. One of the key players in the game is the Texas Department of Housing and Community Affairs, or TDHCA. They offer a whole passel of programs designed to make housing, including land ownership, more affordable for Texans. Think of them as your friendly neighborhood lender, always looking out for the little guy. Now, one of their most popular programs is the Texas First-Time Homebuyer Program. And while it's primarily geared towards buying a house, some lenders will let you use it for land purchases as well. It offers down payment assistance and mortgage credit certificates that can save you a pretty penny in the long run. They also have programs specifically for veterans, low to moderate income families, and folks with disabilities. Now, for all you brave men and women who've served our country, Texas has a special place in its heart for veterans. The Texas Veterans Land Board offers a program to help veterans purchase land at competitive rates. It's their way of saying thank you for your service and sacrifice. Veterans can purchase land with as little as 5% down, and the VLB offers competitive interest rates and flexible credit requirements. So even if your credit score isn't perfect, you might still qualify for a loan. Now, let's say you're dreaming of wide open spaces, fresh air, and maybe a few head of cattle grazing in the distance. If that sounds like your cup of tea, then you need to know about the USDA Rural Development Loan Program. This program, run by the United States Department of Agriculture, is designed to promote rural development and help folks purchase property in eligible rural areas. And you might be surprised to learn that rural doesn't necessarily mean the middle of nowhere. Many areas on the outskirts of Texas cities still qualify for these loans. Now, the USDA Rural Development Loan Program offers a whole passel of benefits, including no down payment options, low interest rates, and flexible credit requirements. That's right, folks, you might be able to snag that piece of Texas paradise without putting any money down. Of course, there are some eligibility requirements you gotta meet, like income limits and property location restrictions. But if you're looking to buy land in a rural area and your income falls within their guidelines, this program could be a real game changer. They also offer loans for home construction and repairs in rural areas. So if you're planning on building your dream home from the ground up, the USDA might be able to give you a helping hand with that too. Now let me tell you about Mark, a veteran who served our country with honor and courage. Mark had a dream of owning a ranch to pass down a legacy to his family. After retiring, he found a beautiful property near San Angelo. It had pasture land, a stock pond, and an old barn needing TLC. Financing was a concern, but then he discovered the Texas Veterans Land Board. They guided him through the process and connected him with a lender. Mark secured a loan and purchased his dream ranch. Now he has cattle, horses, and a smile wider than a Texas sunset. Grateful for the VLB, Mark is building a legacy on Texas soil. Maria, a single mom, was tired of city life. She dreamed of sustainable living and raising her kids in nature. She found the USDA Rural Development Loan Program. Maria contacted the USDA and qualified for the program. A small acreage outside a quaint town qualified. The USDA connected her with a local lender. Maria and her kids moved to their new homestead. They planted gardens and tended to chickens. Maria felt peace and contentment. Grateful for the USDA. Well, folks, we've covered a whole lot of ground today, from the ins and outs of land loans to the ins and outs of Texas financing programs. And I hope you're feeling a little more confident, a little more prepared to take that leap of faith and make your Texas land dreams a reality. Because let me tell you, there's nothing quite like the feeling of owning your own piece of the Lone Star State. It's a sense of pride, of independence, of knowing you've got a little slice of heaven right here on Earth. Imagine waking up every morning to the sound of birdsong, with nothing but wide open spaces as far as the eye can see. Think about the memories you'll make, the traditions you'll start, the legacy you'll build on your very own piece of Texas soil. Whether you're dreaming of a homestead for your family, a ranch for your cattle, or just a peaceful retreat where you can escape the hustle and bustle, that dream is within reach. It might take a little hard work, a little perseverance, and maybe a whole lot of paperwork, but trust me, it's worth every ounce of effort. Because owning land in Texas, well, it's more than just owning property. Now, before I let you go, I want to leave you with a few words of wisdom. A few tips from a fella who's seen a thing or two about land ownership in this great state. First and foremost, remember that knowledge is power. The more you know about the financing process, the different loan options, the eligibility requirements, the better equipped you'll be to navigate the path to land ownership. Don't be afraid to ask questions, shop around for the best rates and terms, and work with lenders and real estate agents who specialize in rural properties and land transactions. They've been there, done that, and they can help you avoid those common pitfalls. Second, be prepared to be patient. Securing financing for land can take time, especially if you're dealing with raw, undeveloped acreage. There will be paperwork, inspections, appraisals, and maybe even a few hiccups along the way. But don't let that discourage you. Remember, good things come to those who wait, and owning a piece of Texas is definitely worth waiting for. And lastly, don't be afraid to dream big, folks. Texas is a land of endless possibilities, and with a little hard work and determination, you can make those dreams a reality. So, there you have it, folks. The wild, wonderful world of Texas land financing laid out before you like a map to hidden treasure. We've talked about the importance of preparation, gathering those financial documents like a seasoned rancher rounding up their herd. We've explored the different loan options, from land loans to construction loans to those special programs designed to give folks a leg up in the land-owning game. We've even met some real-life Texans who've turned their land ownership dreams into reality, proving that, with a little grit and determination, anything is possible. But most importantly, we've talked about the why. Why owning land in Texas is more than just a financial investment. It's an investment in your family, your future, your legacy. It's about putting down roots in a place where the sky's the limit, where the stars at night are big and bright, and where the spirit of independence and self-reliance runs deep. So go on, folks. Take that first step. Contact a lender, talk to a realtor, and start exploring your options. Your own slice of the Lone Star State awaits, and I can't wait to hear your own Texas land story someday. Happy trails, y'all.